Now we're ready for the PvP between Rostok and Gerald. Both players have been going for a pretty intense tournament run here so far. Rostok, he took down Mixu, took down Nickrack, took down Nice. Gerald, likewise on his side, took down Ashbringer, Middle VK, and Azura. Clearly, Gerald is warmed up and ready for the PvP. He has done nothing but take down Protoss players the entire tournament this week, and now another Protoss is standing in his way. And how will this series unfold? Who will be our champion? Who will be the Sparkling Tuna Cup for our 45th edition? We're here to find out. Spawning in the top left hand corner. Oh, oh my god. Spawning in the top left hand corner, we have our Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss, representing Sidestorm Gaming. Thankful that it's Rostok, not Nickrack, making it to the finals again. I am shocked as well. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the Ukrainian Protoss. They're bonding, puppy, they're bonding. The Ukrainian Protoss player, he took down Nickrack earlier on in an insane upset. We didn't get to see the games themselves, but he himself is even surprised. It is Rostok. And apparently Gerald, he was conversing with Max about the PvT matchup. At least that's what I'm assuming here. And apparently that all the new maps, they're all Terran maps. True. It is a Terran world. I mean, what I will say to counteract this narrative is that yes, it is a Terran world. That's why it's a PvP finals, papi. Oh. I mean, to be fair, again, there were only two big notable Terrans in this tournament this week. It was Nickrack and Honmono. And both Nickrack and Honmono fell to Ashbringer and Rostok respectively. Again, pretty insane results coming in there. I would have favored both Honmono and Nickrack, but they both fell. Again, it does happen. I would say that all these players are pretty comparable in skill. It is all about how we're feeling on the day, how we're feeling on the week, and how we are adapting to the new patch and the new map pool. Because again, the new patch and the new map pool is very new, very recent, so I'm sure players are still acclimating to the new environment that StarCraft is in. Now, meanwhile, as we're settling into this, something that I should very quickly do here is predictions. Predictions are going to be open, so if you are in the chat, place your bets on how you think this series will unfold. The predictions are a little bit late, I will be honest here. Predictions. But you can place your bets on how you think this series will unfold. And who you believe will be our champion this week. Who is it going to be? Again, for now, it is going to be two gate openers all around. Adept's going to be threatening a shade. Oh, into the main, we do commit. Oh, the wall was not up in time, and Gerald, he gets into the main base. Probes are going to be falling. And we get 3, we got 4 probe kills. Can we get a 5th? Oh, we barely cannot. But 4 probe kills in total. Pretty good damage dealt here by Gerald. Behind this, throwing down his shield battery, setting up for the counterattack. Preparing back at home to receive, as he is getting into his own blink. Okay, Twilight Council openers all around. And natural bases are on the horizon here. Again, Gerald just strictly ahead here, up 5 workers because of that counter damage. And Rostok, he's going to have to try to bounce back here. Rostok does need to recover. Does need to recover. No. As for now, we are just settling in. Hallucination Scouts coming in just to confirm the lack of additional gateways, lack of tech. Speaking of, Gerald is going to be the first to throw down his robo. It's halfway done. Getting into detection and getting into immortal production, I imagine. Rostok looking to do something similar here. just a later Robo in general. I mean, later just because of his economy has been hindered. It is a little bit behind that of Gerald's. As Gerald is going to be taking his third, likewise so is Rostok. Both players going to be expanding and settling down into this. We spoke about the earlier Robo from Gerald, and as we can see, it is leading into earlier Immortal production, so really safe play here out of Gerald. Very safe. He even went up to 4 gateways before expanding, so he's, again, got a solid production setup here. He's got his Immortal, and he's now getting into his third. Meanwhile, you can see here that Rostok, he skipped out on his initial gateways. Did delay, I should maybe say that he delayed his initial gateways here instead. Later Robo into a faster charge. Okay. Now the hallucination scout from Gerald does confirm that charge is on the way. He did see it researching. He also saw the faster forge and +1. So Gerald, he should be aware here that the quality of the army from Rostok is going to get higher and higher. Well, he will have that advantage. At the same time though, Gerald, his advantage is the fact that he has immortals. He has 1, soon to be 2. Gonna have quite a hefty immortal count here. And immortals, they can do so well against mass stalker-based armies. Gerald, he's getting across the map. Has high ground vision, he can blink into the main, and he's going straight for the pylon. Gateway is gonna get depowered. From here though, Gerald, he will back up. At the same time, he's distracting his opponent. The Depths, they get in towards the third. Getting 3 probe kills, getting a 4th. Very nicely done. Gerald maintaining his economic lead, getting 4 probe kills, and even disrupting the production, disrupting the main base of Rostok. If you're all good trades. Oh, that was a kill! Oh my god, sorry, I was just blowing my nose. That was a kill, not a cancel on the 4th base. We do manage to get a couple of Stalker kills, so that wasn't a free trade. Looking at the trade here, that was 4 Stalkers for 1 Nexus, but that was still worth it here for Gerald. And Rostok, we need a counterattack. We need to go. He does have the Stalker lead. And he's getting forced, was being forced to be quite committed here. But he's pushing into Immortals. We have 3. Oh my god. 3 Immortals already set up for Gerald. Rostok trying to force his way in, but again, up a ramp into a concave, it's not going to happen. And Gerald takes down the Observer. He gets on top of the Stalkers. Good force fields as well. We dive on top of the Immortals though. Again, good target firing out of Rostok. We'll focus down every single one. But as he tries to focus down those Immortals, we're bleeding out too many Stalkers. Gerald, he takes a much better fight, a much better trade. Can I get the Prism? Oh! It looks like we cannot. Gerald, he does escape. Does save the Prism, and now we're just pushing out across the map with everything we have. It's a nice concave for Rostok. But again, as Zealots are trickling in, the Immortal doing so much in the back line. And Gerald, it looks like he has broken his opponents. It looks like we are breaking this 4th base for a second time. GG gets called, and Gerald will take game number 1. Ooh, GG. A solid game there out of Gerald, just taking an economic lead early on, able to get a lot of economic damage done with his Adept Harass, and that his Blink Stalker aggression was so successful as well. Able to kill more workers, yes, but get a kill on the 4th base and to force essentially an all-in out of Rostok. And being forced all-in against 3 Immortals, that was just never going to work out. So GG, Gerald does take a lead. Does take a 1-0 lead. But it's a best of 5, and I want to believe we can get it back and forth. And again, Rostok, he has done so well for himself, making it this far in this tournament. I want to believe that he can make a series out of this here in the finals. I mean, regardless, like, this is already a win for Rostok. It's his first time ever making it to the grand finals. I'm very impressed. And can he go even further as spawning in the top left-hand corner? Oh. In the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn. There we go. We do have our red Protoss player from Atlanta, Poland, representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Ukrainian Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing CSO Esports. Looking to fight back, looking to have the run of his life here so far in Sparkling Tuna Cup 45. It is Rostok. I'm just playing, man. I'm just trying to live. Trying to survive. There we go. It is going to be double gas openers all around. It's going to be double gateways as well. 2 gate openers from Rostok, 2 gate opener out of Gerald. Once again, no one doing anything too crazy. Nothing too wild yet. As both probes are going to be passing by each other, getting across the map. Trying to get a read on what's going on, and I doubt either player is going to be committing here to a proxy. But we'll keep our eye on them. As yeah, the probes are just coming in for a scout. There it is, second pylon thrown down for Gerald. Second pylon also thrown down for Rostok, so no proxies, no hidden shenanigans here. Everything's on the up and up. Again, for now. Everything is looking as it should. As it looks like both Rostok and Gerald are setting up to expand and take their natural bases. I'm expecting a Twilight Council. I'm expecting more of the same from what we saw in Game 1. Now, what we did take note of between Rostok and Nice in the semifinals is that Rostok, he is more than willing to commit and to go all in. More than willing and more than happy to. So we do have to bear that in mind here. That Rostok has the potential to do that, to play like that in this series. As oh, did we force a cancel? Looks like we did. But again, Gerald could be expanding, like I saw as Rostok. No one base all-ins yet. Robo opener out of Gerald. Fun fact, if you remember, Gerald did go for a Robo opener in the previous game. In Game 1. I mean, I say that. My apologies. It was a Twilight Council opener into a Robo. But, yeah, Gerald's playing very safely here. Now, with this faster Robo, this does give us much faster Immortal production. On top of that, without a Twilight Council, we don't have any Blinks, which means Gerald is going to be stuck at home. He's basically relinquishing map control here to Rostok. Hallucination will confirm this. We'll get eyes on the Robo. Likewise, Hallucination from Gerald also gets eyes on the incoming Blink. So again, because Rostok has Blink, he does have a much more mobile army and will have a mass amount of Stalkers. As I mentioned, because of the Robo, Gerald, he's playing defensively. He's playing turtly. He's just going to be stuck at home with a higher Immortal count. He's going to have to play catch up here when it comes to his own Blink. He could even skip Blink and go straight into charge instead. Regardless, Gerald is going to be stuck at home, and Rostok should be taking a faster third as a result. Given the game state, it's going to be on Rostok to contain his opponent, deny the third base, and take his own to take an economic lead. Speaking of, there's the fast third from Rostok. because he's fully aware of what he should be able to get away with. We'll see how Gerald approaches this as he's pushing out, by the way. Oh my god. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting this fast move out here from Gerald. It looks like he wants to try and deny the third. What does he have? One Immortal, a couple of Stalkers, a couple of Adepts. Probe does scout this, and Rostok, he has plenty to defend. The Immortal does complicate things. We do trigger the shields. Do have force fields available. Two of them already thrown down. Blink is done, by the way. Yeah, Rostok, he does focus on the Immortal. He can clean all of this up. This was not what we were looking for. Gerald's punished for his move out, and that is huge. Losing one Immortal is massive. Remember, he doesn't have Blink, and the entire point of this build was to get a higher Immortal count to survive the counterattack. Rostok, he's in control right now. He has a faster third. He has a marauding army. Can he deny the third? And Gerald, he's in a bit of trouble. His shield battery is cancelled. We get a couple of probes. Gerald trying to bait in the army. Does have that second Immortal coming in. Across the map, but Adepts, they do end up getting dropped into the natural though, and this is a lot of damage. Oh my god! Despite how well Rostok was doing, that's going to be 12 dead workers. Did I say 12? I meant to say 14. Oh my god. 14 probes go down and make Gerald all he needs. Give him a handful of Adepts so he can make some magic happen. 15 probes go down. 2 Adepts make it out. They survive. The Prism is going to be just keeping Rostok pinned back at home as well. And despite the advantage that Rostok had, and again, he did very well for himself. Catching the army, getting some probe kills. But suddenly, Gerald, he's ahead in the economy. He's building up his Immortals. Rostok no longer has that massive lead. And we'll see if Rostok can make something happen here across the map as he has to come back in. No. You get 3 more probes. Rostok down 10 workers here. And remember, this time Gerald, he has Blink. He has Blink, he has the higher Immortal count. Shield battery is going to be focused. So a good start. At the same time, though, we focus down the Prism as well. Immortals are going ham, and Gerald, he cleans up this army. Completely shuts it down. Oh my god, GG gets caught just like that. And Gerald takes a 2-0 lead in the grand finals. GG. Again, this wasn't a bad start from Rostok. He was able to catch Geralt out, able to punish him for overextending, but from there, Rostok, he got punished so hard, so heavily, was torn apart by the Adept Harass, and alas, Rostok could not keep up. No with the multitasking of Geralt. GG with that. Geralt is 1 game away. He needs one more to become this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. 1 more is all he needs. One more is all he needs, and game 3 is going to be on Alkione. Let's go. We're going to be getting into one of the older maps once again. I just realized that for this entire series so far, we have not actually featured any of the newer maps. Not in this series, at least. Here we go. We're getting into game 3. Getting into potentially the final game of the series. I'm hoping we can get more of a back and forth. I'm hoping that it doesn't end here, but the pressure is now on Rostok. Again, he's already done so well for himself. He's already accomplished so much, making it this far in the tournament. Can he go further? Can he make a series out of this? Can we have a back and forth? I hope we can. But here we go. We're getting into game 3 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alkionia. We have the Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Storm Gaming, leading the series 2-0. It is Gerald. He's imparting some wisdom here. He's giving his opponent props here as spawning in the top right-hand corner. We have the Ukrainian Protoss, the blue Protoss player representing CSO Esports. Ooh, a little bit out of stamina here. Again, it's been a long tournament. It's been how many hours? 4 hours so far. It is a little bit of a test of stamina here, of endurance for our players, and running out of steam. But can he bounce back? It is Rostok. Let's go. Again, that's the thing with these weekly tournaments, with these online events, is that, man, you got to be able to commit to 4 hours of StarCraft. Yeah, I made an amazing streak. I mean, again, we were praising Rostok. Like, he's already done so much. He's already done so well today. Yeah, even Gerald knows. Everyone knows. Look, everyone knows that Rostok has been looking so good here. And there's no shame in losing to Gerald in the finals. He's already won in our hearts, Poppy. He's already our champion. Rostok, I mean. He's already done more than any other thought he would, and I mean, we'll see. We'll see if we can get a game 4. For now, 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener here out of Gerald, 2-gate opener out of Rostok. We're all proud of him. Even Gerald's proud of him. Ah, let's go. So wholesome. But we'll see how this story ends. For now, again, we are just setting up for our expansions. We are going to be going for our natural bases. We are looking to expand, as we did open up Double Stalker. Double Stalker here out of Rostok, following it up with a Sentry. Meanwhile, Gerald's opening up Double Stalker into Double Adept. Oh boy, these were the MVPs of the last game. The Adept Harass was on point from Gerald. And we'll see if he can replicate that success once again. Well, as Gerald, he does shoot first. He does catch out some of those Stalkers. Gets a lot of damage dealt on one of them. Does pull back. Coming in once again, leading the charge with the probe. The probe is designed to tank a shot, to tank a volley, and to give Geralt an opportunity, an opening to get an extra volley off as well. There we go, Adepts are making it out. Behind this, we have a Twilight Council from Geralt, a Twilight Council from Rostok. Adepts, they shade in towards the main base. The wall is not a wall! Oh, and they do bust in. They're going straight for the mineral line. They get one. They get almost a second probe. Too many Stalkers, though. Geralt, he will not get more damage done, as the Adept does fall. And from here, Rostok is not looking too bad. He's slightly behind in workers, but only slightly, as he's catching up there with a slightly faster expansion. And again, we are just going to be settling on in from here. We're just going to be settling in. Rostok moving out with his Stalker force. Does have a slight Stalker lead here, so he could try to force the issue. Good try to, as Gerald. Oh, he does catch out a Stalker. Does catch Rostok out there. Only getting one, but not a bad pickup nonetheless. Rostok going to be pulling back, taking his third. Yeah, he's racing back home. He's going to be licking his wounds, and we're just going to be settling into a pretty standard mid-game here between these two Protoss players. Blink Stalkers all around. No big Immortal commitment. Again, pretty similar setups here between our players. And a kind of big deviation is the fact that we do have an Immortal on the way for Gerald. Meanwhile, Forge is on the way for Rostok. So Rostok going to be doubling down on just a higher quality Stalker army with better upgrades. Meanwhile, Gerald will just have faster Immortals instead. There we go. We do have our armies. Just again, looking for map control, scouring the map here. Trying to be active, trying to catch any stray units. Again, because of this Immortal, there's no pushing up this ramp. It's not going to happen. Rostok, he does confirm, he does see, he backs up. Rostok, he turns back around, races back home. And the game is going to settle from here. Again, we are on Algyone. There's a lot of bases to be taken. A lot of expansions are available here, and this does usually go towards longer games. Even in a PvP. So you have a couple of adepts threatening a shade. Rostok, does he see? Oh, he does not. A late reaction here to Rostok. Probes are going down. And getting 3 probe kills in total, shading in towards the main. And we do shade in, and these adepts are just wreaking havoc here. Again, Gerald, he's just been so good with his adept harass this entire series, getting 8, 9 probe kills in total. Barely does escape with that adept, but nah, yeah, he's going to be hunted down. Regardless, Gerald, he maintains his economic lead. Building on more Immortals, taking up in towards Disruptor production. Okay. I see you, Gerald. I see you as Rostok. He does want to commit. I mean, +1 is about to finish up, so Rostok does have a small window where he does have the upgrade advantage. Has additional Zealots as well. Good force fields out of Gerald. Oh, the Zealots, they do nothing. A lot of them caught behind the army. There is no shield battery, though. Another big Zealot weapon behind this. Rostok, can he break through? He's going for the Immortal. Does go for it, does target it down. At the same time, Gerald, without his shield battery, it looks like he may be overwhelmed. Gets the Prism. Gets the Prism. Boys are being pulled. Gerald is a very close defense. +1 is done for him. But Rostok has a massive army. Yeah, 10 Stalkers to 8. A slight lead here. Oh, so many boys are going down. 17 probes fall. Gerald, he does hold, he does survive. But again, Rostok does take a pretty substantial economic lead, and he's got a 4th base on the way. Rostok wasn't able to kill Geralt, but was able to maim him. Was able to get a lot done. And Rostok is not looking too bad. Now, what does Geralt have? If you remember, he has the Bay. He has the Bay, he has access to Disruptors. No Disruptors yet, but he can invest, he can commit to that. And we should be seeing Disruptors soon. He goes, he's supply blocked. Was supply blocked for a moment. Rostok coming in with the second wave. That Disruptor is late. Without the Disruptor, can we even survive? Yo, we're here. We're looking to make a series out of this as we dive on top of the 3rd base. Shield battery goes down. Overcharge gets spent. And Rostok, can he break through? Can he snowball out of control? Yeah, big wave of reinforcements on the way. even with perfect blink control, I mean, again, it's a numbers game here. Boys are being pulled once again. And Rostok, he is overwhelming. Sure, we have a disruptor, but it's not going to be good enough. Not this time. And Nova goes up. Ooh, doesn't connect. Barely able to avoid it. Yeah, boys are being pulled. We have Zealous to deal with all of this. The disruptor gets targeted down. And Rostok, it looks like he has barely done it. He's barely broken through. Gets 22 probe kills. He's broken the third base. And this will not be a 3-0. Rostok's story doesn't end here. We'll be bleeding out that prism. Rostok, he has too much. It looks like he barely does have too much here as Rostok is snowballing out of control. Without that War Prism, it takes him a while to reinforce, but GG gets called and Rostok, he does fight back. Puts a point on the board. We have a series. GG. Let's go. Gerald, he did well for himself with the Adept Harass, but he was caught with his pants down. Remember, Gerald, he was rushing into a bay, rushing into Disruptor production, but wasn't able to actually make use of it until the very end, and by then it was too late. Again, that was a pretty crisp window, pretty crisp timing. That Rostok was able to take advantage of, and just like that, we have a back and forth. Can we go all the way? Can we go to the ace match? That's what I'm hoping for, but the pressure is on Rostok. Took the first game as our first step here on the road to a championship. Can he go even further than that? Can he force the ace match? Oh boy. I mean, personally, I hope so, but we'll see. We'll see if he can pull that off. He can pull off a little bit more of a miracle here. For now, it just looks like our players are setting up and deciding on their map of choice. Maybe even discussing the game a little bit there. Maybe Gerald giving Rostok a little bit more praise. Yeah, but here we go. We have our map. Finally, some of the new maps are going to be featured. Coming up next, Ghost River. Ooh, a very small map. Very short rushes by ground. Very aggressive. Not a bad map for an all-in, I'll be honest. Is that what we're feeling? Is that what we're thinking right now? Do we go for something like an all-in? Now would be the time. But here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ghost River, we have our red Protoss player from the land of Poland. Still leading the series 2-1. Still one game away from becoming our Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. Can he win it all here and now? It is Gerald. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Ukrainian Protoss player representing CSO Esports. Fighting back, putting a point on the board. Can he go even further than that? It is Rostok. He's already had a miracle run here tonight, and with that win, he may be getting into his second wind. He was talking about how tired he was, how spent he was after a long day of competing, after a long day of StarCraft. But he can go even further. He can send it back. I do want to believe, as for now, 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener from both of our players. Probe is moving out. Ooh, and we're headed towards an interesting direction here. We are going for the dead center here of the map. Past the tall grass, and Gerald, he misses the scout. The probe, the pylon, is going to be thrown down. Okay. So we do have a proxy pylon here from Rostok. Gerald will confirm this. With this probe scout, he does get eyes on the lack of additional pylon. You can see that Gerald's second pylon is in his mineral line. Meanwhile, Rostok's is not. And Gerald, he's looking, he throws down a hidden pylon in the main. Oh my god. Gerald. Meanwhile, Rostok's going for the all-in. So it is going to be a one base all-in out of Rostok. Gerald does have a way to backstab. Again, the main base is very large, and Rostok has no idea that there's a hidden pylon in the main base. Despite that, though, can Rostok pop off? Can he still manage to pull off this all-in? As Gerald is going to be preparing back at home. Gerald, he's looking. He's looking, he's scouting for the pylon to try to figure out if it's real or fake. Yeah, you can see that Gerald even has a second probe out on the map. Checking the right-hand side. Checking these fringe locations. And it is going to be Proxy Immortal. Immortals are amassing. We do have a third gateway on the way for Rostok. Do you have that third gate on the way? Probes being shut down, and here we go. Rostok, he is committed. Meanwhile, Gerald back in the main base does have a second pylon, does have a shield battery finishing up just in time. Good read here out of Gerald going for the Robo. With that, we have Immortals on the way, and we do warp in straight to the main base of Rostok. We saw Depths pop off earlier, and again, they can one-shot probes, and Rostok is going to be in some trouble as there's very little to defend back at home. He checks, he confirms, but doesn't matter. Is it too late? Do we have a warp in? Gateways are finishing up, probes are going down. Probes are going down across the map. 6 workers do fall at the same time. Oh, Rostok, he's again taking quite some time to actually break in. Oh, we're looking for a force field. First gateway falls. Again, 9 probe kills across the map. Just like that, Rostok, he's even more committed, even more all in. Gerald still looking for the proxy. As Rostok, he was even forced to warp in defensively back at home. That does weaken the main push. He got 1 gateway, he's going to get a second. 2 gateways go down. Depending on the force field, we could try to catch the army on the ramp. Okay, that's what we're hoping for. Shield battery's topping this up. Again, only 1 shield battery in the main base. The bay is on the way. Oh, we thought about it. There it is. A 1 base straight into the disruptors here. Bold move out of Gerald. Confident play out of our Polish Protoss. Again, we could have seen a Prism instead, or we could have tried to tech up even further. Or just throw down additional gateways. We only have 2 gates at the moment. So a risky maneuver here out of Gerald. But in this kind of situation, 1 Nova, it's hard to avoid. There's no blink, there's limited space in the prism. Force field goes down. Don't pick up anything off yet. We threaten the army again. Nice force field here from Gerald. Nice force field forcing back the army, and we have bought enough time. The bay is done, and the disruptors should be on the way. Pylon does finish up across the map. Do we have anything back at home to defend? We do have a full wall. Oh, good. I'm dying. We do have a full wall set up. Oh, we take down an Immortal. Bit of miscontrol there out of Rostok. Depths have arrived. Now we're throwing down our own Bay, but it may just be too late. Oh, we barely do miss that drop. Like, guys, Rostok, oh! Threatens to drop into the main. The Immortals, they catch reinforcements, and we pick off an Immortal. Yeah, big moment here for Gerald. Gets an Immortal, gets 2 Stalkers, gets even a 3rd Stalker as well. And where's the anti-air? It's non-existent. Gerald, he's broken out of his main base. He's broken free from his contain. Ooh, big D power here on the Robo. Denies the warp in. And Gerald, he's broken free with a massive army. Again, it was a good effort here by Rostok, but unfortunately, he's run out of time. He's run out of steam. Gerald, to be able to warp in the main base was insane. He was able to cripple the economy already, and now we collapse on the army. Nova goes off. No connection, but we can focus on the Prism anyway. We force back the army. A second Purification Nova is available as well. Ooh, and we do connect. GG gets called. Congratulations here, as Gerald is going to be this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Gerald. Whew, it was a long event. Bearing in mind, we didn't even cast the upper semis because we were, short for time there and we couldn't quite pull it off. So GG, well played. Congratulations here to Gerald. My condolences to Rostok, but I want to give a special shout out to Rostok as well, because even though he may have gone down here in this series, even though he may have gone down in the finals, he did very, very well for himself. Hold on, I want to message him. Did so well. Yeah, just leaving Rostok a message. But yeah, Rostok, he did so well for himself, making it all the way to the grand finals. I don't think anyone really expected him to be the one to make it through over Nice, over Nicaract, over Mixu as well. Like, Rostok, he did amazingly here in this tournament, and even in the finals. Even in the finals was even able to take maps off of Gerald, so very well done here by Rostok. If you are unfamiliar, if you're like, who the hell is Rostok? What's going on? He is a Ukrainian Protoss player, and he has been very active over the past year, over the past couple of years of StarCraft, but he's always kind of been like an online competitor, an online like weekly competitor, and has never really gone for a deep run like this. I mentioned before, we've had 45 editions of this tournament, and this is the first time that Rostok has made it to the finals. This is the very first time he's made it this far in this tournament series, so I'm very happy to see him make it this far, and I hope that this is the beginning of a trend. I hope that Rostok can continue with this success and continue with these results here in the coming weeks, in the coming months, in the coming year of StarCraft. So GG, very well played. Meanwhile, a big shout to Gerald. He came in as one of the big heavy hitters. I was expecting like a Gerald versus Nice finals or a Gerald versus Nicaract finals. Instead, we got Rostok, and it was still a good finals nonetheless. Again, it was a long tournament here, over 4 hours, and solo casting this was a bit of a challenge, just because I'm still under the weather. And if you could hear it, but yeah, it was basically like after every like sentence or two I had to mute, like every 2 sentences, just so I can cough my lungs out, just like that, just so I could yeah, I'm still sick, but I'm recovering, and honestly, if I was at 100%, I'd be like, you know what, we're halfway through the night and we're gonna be diving into Stars War 11. That's what I would be saying if I was at 100%, but again, I'm still a little bit unwell. Because of that, we weren't able to cast Stars War 11, the Korean qualifier, today. And we might try to catch up, or we might try to, catch up with it later on in the week, or maybe we'll just miss today. So I do apologize for not being able to cast both, but again, I'm still just focusing on recovering, and I'll be back in tip-top shape soon, TM. I'll be back soon. Do promise you. I'm almost there. So yeah, regardless, thank you so much everyone for watching. Thank you so much for the support. If you want to support this tournament series, then you can do so via Matcherino or via Patreon. You can support this event either way, so you can do so. Check us out, Matcherino and Patreon. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Our next broadcast is going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be ESL opening up Asia and Stars War 11, more Korean closed qualifier. Again, we might do only one instead of both, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. Again, we have been a little bit under the weather, so we're just trying to piece together, and we're trying to I'm trying to cast as often as I can, but also not at my own detriment, I should say, and not like making myself worse. That's what I'm trying to do. So yeah, just taking it easy here, maybe like one cast a day, maybe like one cast every couple of days sort of thing. So we'll figure it out. Regardless, we should be back tomorrow with some StarCraft. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Gonna be heading off, gonna be getting some rest, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft here on the Cranky Ducklings. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego, papi, hasta luego. GG.